Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. I'm Tom Mike. I'm so glad you're here. What do we got going on in the markets today? Well, the markets are closed. Tom Mike gets a little sad when the markets are closed, but they'll be open tomorrow. Now, what's interesting, after a 3-day weekend, typically the next open day, which is tomorrow, is a down day, about 80% of the time. Very fascinating. After the 3-day weekend, next day is usually a down day. Now, we'll see how that all plays out, but hopefully you're out there having a great 3-day weekend, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Now, my take on the stock market is that it's going to come crashing down. It's going to have a collapse, if you will. Collapse, when I say collapse, 30% maybe to start with, and then we'll see what plays out from there. And everyone says, but Mike, all the gold miners will come crashing down with the market. And that is a possibility. Right now in 2008, when the great financial crisis, market came crashing down and gold came right down with. Now, gold rebounded quickly. Now, why did gold rebound quickly? Well, because they started printing all the money, and gold saw the money printer going and going. So a lot of people think that if the stock market comes crashing down, that gold's going to come crashing down and pull all of my mining stocks down with it. It is a possibility. I'm not saying it's not. I just want to point out it's not necessarily true. Now, you can go back into the 70s when Nixon took us off the gold standard and we tried to get the petrodollar going, right? There wasn't a lot of confidence in the dollar. Kind of like today. I don't have a lot of confidence in the dollar now. Maybe you have confidence in the dollar, but I actually think the dollar is going to be going away. And a lot of people thought that back in the 70s, right? Okay, so in the 70s, what happened? Well, the S&P came crashing down by 50%, came down 50%, 1973 to 1974 time frame. Okay, so the S&P drops 50%. Now, where would it be today? I'm going to use rough numbers, 7,000. S&P comes crashing down to 3,500. But if you go back to the 70s, when nobody had confidence in the dollar, the S&P dropped 50%. What did gold do in the same time period? Gold went up 150%. So if it happened today, we'd have the S&P going from, well, we're about 7,400 now. Anyways, so we'd have it come crashing down to about 3,500. Okay, what would gold do? Well, if it was like the 70s, gold would go from, I'm using rough numbers, 5,000, right? And then it would get up around $12,000, $14,000. So the S&P would be coming down and gold would be exploding higher. Now, I keep telling you that I believe that gold will outperform the stock market by 10 times over in the next 4 years, right? Because the Dow and gold should meet at 1-to-1. Does it every 50 years. Did it in 1930, did it in 1980, going to do it in 2030 according to Tom Mike. Now, I may be off by a year there. I don't know. And I could be completely wrong. Your take could be completely different. But my point is, just because the stock market's going to start to fall, I think gold's going to start to rise. It's not like 2008. 2008, when the stock market started to fall, everybody went into the bond market. Well, what they don't understand is the bond market is the problem this time, right? I mean, Harry Dent says you're going to go into the bond market. I don't think so. I think you're going to go into the gold market. You see, what happened from 2008 till now? Well, we printed an extra $30 trillion, right? 20 trillion we added to the debt. We rose up the Fed's balance sheet by 9 trillion. I mean, it's roughly 30 trillion that's we printed since 2008. So can we print 30 trillion again from here? They're going to try. They're going to try. And that's why I say gold's going to be going up. I say stocks are going to be going down. I say bond market's going to come crashing down. Housing market's going to come crashing down. We'll see how it plays out, but I don't think it's going to be real pretty. I think gold and silver is still where you want to be. I'm in a lot of the gold miners. I think those are going to do well. I think they're undervalued here. I think the market has it wrong. A lot of them have been knocked down by 50%. They're on sale right now, right? I mean, if gold goes back up, these things are going to explode higher. They're going to triple, quadruple. You're going to get some 10 baggers. That's just my take. I could be completely wrong. Now, here's also my take. When the stock market comes crashing down, what's going to come crashing down with it? Well, I think Bitcoin's going to come crashing down with it. Actually, Bitcoin's already leading beating the market lower, right? I mean, it was at 120, rough numbers again, dropped down to 60. I don't think 60,000 is going to hold. I think we're going to drop right through that. We're down back in the 70s, right around 76,000. Now, this is where Michael Saylor, okay, now he's bought over $60 billion worth of Bitcoin. How much has he made on that? Oh, he hasn't made anything. Pretty much flat, but he's going to lose a lot. He's going to lose his butt. Once again, just my opinion. Now, he's going to tell you, but you don't understand, Tall Mike. Bitcoin's going to go to $10 million of Bitcoin. People are going to pay $10 million to have ones and zeros on their computer. Those are valuable. Look, Bitcoin's been around for 17 years. They can't still find a use for it. Don't get me wrong. I love gambling in it, and that is a use for Bitcoin. If the gamblers go away, Bitcoin's going to zero. So Bitcoin people should love me because I tell people to gamble in the Bitcoin. Don't have your investment money in Bitcoin. Put that into the gold and silver. Put that into something safe. But go ahead and gamble a little bit. You want to throw some money at it? You can gamble both directions. I make most of my money when it comes tumbling down on the short side. Now, that's just my take. Now, you got a company like Strategy. That's Michael Saylor's company. And then you got like Bitmine. Bitmine is Tom Lee's company, right? And they both are horrendous companies, in my opinion. See, Bitmine, what they do is they buy Ethereum, just like Strategy, they buy all the Bitcoin, right? And I mean, I don't even get, Strategy has like 2,000 employees. What do they do? Tell me what they do. Well, somebody's got to be there to buy the Bitcoin, Tall Mike. All right, so they bought 60 billion of it, and they keep buying it, keep buying it, keep buying it. And that's their plan, right? And Tom Lee and his Bitmine company keeps buying the Ethereum, keeps buying the Ethereum, keeps buying the Ethereum. And these opinions are they're going to just go up. I'm telling you, these are kind of snake oil salesmen. Once again, just my opinion. You may love Michael Saylor. I'm sure he's a very smart man. He's really good with words. That's what I noticed, right? I mean, he's telling me that he's created three new asset classes, right? He's created digital credit, he's created digital capital, and he's created digital equity. These are all his asset classes. Now, he'll tell you, digital credit 10 months ago didn't exist until he got his company Stretch started. Now, what does Stretch do? You see, what Stretch does is it gives you 11.5% on your money. See, he's saying that all of us are idiots for being in those money market funds that pay 3 and 4%. When we could be in Stretch, which pays 11.5%, there's another one out there, I think is Strive. Strive pays 13%. We could be in those getting 11.5 or even 13%, but we're idiots down here, right? We're idiots getting 3 and 4% in the money market fund. He's going after the retirement community because the retired people, they're having trouble making ends meet with the inflation. So he's telling them all they have to do is put their money into Stretch, and he's guaranteeing that 11.5% interest rate. How does he guarantee that? Well, he guarantees that by backing it with the Bitcoin that Strategy owns. So it's kind of, my opinion, this is a Ponzi scheme, right? People buy the Stretch, right? Take the money, buy the Bitcoin, then you pay the dividends with the money, right? I mean, you got to keep investors coming in. Once investors start pulling their money out, which they will, a lot of people are going to get hurt. This is why it irks me. I mean, it's just really not a sound business model at all, but he'll tell you this is the new way of doing things, right? Now, he was saying that back in the dot-com boom right before he lost all of his investors' money, 100% of it there, and he's going to lose it all again. These companies are going to be wiped out. Now, I'm not sure which one's going to be the bag holder. Is it going to be Strategy or is it going to be Stretch? I think they're kind of the bag holder for each other. I think they will go down together. Now, Michael Saylor does admit that he's going to be selling some Bitcoin this year. Well, you see, he thinks it's going to be optional. I'm telling you, he's going to be going into forced liquidation. Now, maybe not this year, but I think you're going to see Bitcoin break through that 60,000, break through the 40,000, break even through the 20,000. Now, if it gets below 10,000, it's going to pretty much just become irrelevant there. It's just going to hover around. Now, I know a lot of people are upset when I talk about Bitcoin. To me, Bitcoin's a big waste of electricity. And we need that electricity now, right? Because we got those AI data centers. Why do we have 5,000 data centers in the United States? I mean, I think China, they only got got like 300 of them, right? I mean, they all do the same thing. They all just suck up the energy, the electricity, suck up the water to cool it. I mean, they all do the same thing. Why don't we just have one and have it do it all, right? But we got to have 5,000 of them because this is the big build out. This is the AI build out. Now, do I think AI is going to make it? AI in general is a great thing, right? I mean, it can do a lot of stuff. I use it in my business a lot. I mean, it's very helpful. But is it a good investment right now? I'm going to go with no. I think it's a big problem. If AI works, wipe out 30% of the workforce and we lose. AI doesn't work, we wipe out trillions of dollars and we lose. It's kind of like a Bitcoin, right? What is Bitcoin's purpose, right? They haven't found one for you. They keep telling me, but Mike, you don't understand. The drug runners can smuggle their money across the borders now. That's really cool. I guess that is something that Bitcoin can do, right? Well, you see, here's the thing. You see, Michael Saylor, he won't even prove that he owns the Bitcoin, right? He says that's a security risk. I thought Bitcoin was safe. I thought it was easy to tell how much Bitcoin one has, right? And so, but he won't prove it. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have the Bitcoin. We'll see how that plays out. I have no idea. I just know that he refuses to prove it because he says it's a security issue. And he knows more about it than me. I mean, he knows that Bitcoin is a perpetual money machine. I see, I don't think that should be allowed to be said to investors. You see, he's going after the retired community, and that's me now, and that gets me a little upset when he tells the retired people that he's guaranteeing them 11.5% interest backed by the Bitcoin, right? That's not a guarantee because Bitcoin can easily go to zero tomorrow, but you see, he's saying that it's all guaranteed backed by the Bitcoin, but I don't see it that way. But he's telling you that the retired people get your money in here. He's telling the people who are in the money markets, get your money in here because Bitcoin is a perpetual money machine that's guaranteed to go up by 30% a year forever until it's 10 million. Well, maybe it's going to hit 10 million of Bitcoin, right? Okay, maybe if it hits 10 million of Bitcoin, I guarantee you a cup of coffee is going to be 20 million. That's my guarantee. You got it right here first, right? So anyways, if you own one Bitcoin, you'll get a half a cup of coffee. We'll see how it plays out, but that's just my take, right? I mean, I just think it's a waste of electricity. That's just the electricity part. I think it's a waste of labor, right? I mean, you got 2,000 people just working at that one company trying to calculate how much Bitcoin's going to go up each day, right? Oh, they're working on other products. Oh, Mike, you don't understand. These other products attach on the top of Bitcoin and ride along with it. They got to do this, right? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I know I'm a boomer. I'm going to get the comments hate on this one, right? But anyways, Michael Saylor, I think he's in big trouble, right? I think when Bitcoin drops below that 60, see, his cost is up here at 76, right? Let's just say he's got 76 billion. He doesn't have that much. I think he's got like 68 billion, but his average cost is 76,000, right around there. So when it's down here at 60, he's already lost $16 billion. When it's down here at 40, he's already lost $36 billion. I mean, is that a good company? I don't think so. That could be why it went from $500 down to $160. I don't think it's done going down yet. We'll see. Maybe it can rebound higher if you can get that Bitcoin to 10 million. I just don't think you can do it. Maybe you can. But I think Bitcoin, once it's 60,000, 40,000, 20,000. I wouldn't be sleeping well if I was Michael Saylor, but he sleeps really good. You know why? It's not his money. It's your money that's invested in there. That's all I'm putting this out as, just a warning. I wouldn't do it. You got to do you. I got to do me. But my take is that Bitcoin's not guaranteed to go up by 30% a year and that he's not going to be able to pay 11.5% or 13% for into perpetuity. Just not going to happen. If it is, then we've been fools. We've been fools for having our money in those money market funds. We've been fools for having our money in those banks. He says every business is eventually just going to sweep their extra cash and put it right into Stretch because that's guaranteeing them 11.5% interest. Why do you want to keep your money in a bank anymore? Just put it in Stretch. Just give it to Michael Saylor. He'll take good care of it for you. Anyways, I don't know what's going to happen, but if you like this stuff, give me a thumbs up, punch the subscribe button, get out there, have a beautiful Memorial Day. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.